Welcome back into the shop. Here we're going to start taking apart this 1720. I went and bought a manual. Went and bought a shop manual, trying to see if it could help me take this thing apart, because one thing I've never done, I've never took a four-wheel drive apart inside of one of these tractors, and it's got a misfire on cylinder 3, and it's got, if I pronounce it right, it's got a Shibaura engine in it. And what's going on, that's knocking, and the oil light's on. So two very bad things. But anyway, I'm going to try to see if I can take this thing apart and see what's wrong with it, and hopefully get it back fixed back together. Anyway, what we're going to do, I'm going to try to take the front end off of it. Start by removing these bolts. See how many washers I can lose. Now I'm going to move you down here. We're going to remove two bolts from underneath the bottom side there. I'm not sure that you're going to be able to see that. Alright, I'm going to do the same thing on this other side. And I'll be right back. Okay, I removed those bolts from the other side over here. And then I've removed the front end. And now I'm going to go ahead and take this one bolt out right here. And then I will be just a little bit closer to having the front end off of it. Go ahead and make note that this wiring harness right here, this long plug right here that someone has changed at some point, that goes to the horn. And these two plugs right here, they go to the headlights. And then we got all that wiring harness right there. So the next thing I think I'm going to do, I'm going to attempt to try to take these bolts out of this front differential and jack the front end up. Okay, people, I got the front differential out underneath this tractor, and I'm going to be honest, it was a job. Now, just to let you know what all I had to do. First thing, I had to remove these two bolts here, and then I had to take these two bolts out, this and two on the other side. Alright, the next task was, this right here had two dowel pins sitting in it. And these dowel pins were stuck, and I had to take a flat chisel, and pry it on both sides. And then it was able to separate and it dropped down. The part that book is not clear at all about is that how this dry shaft come out. And here I was sitting here trying to fool. It was not, like I said, it was not clear at all. And there is a roll pin, and I'm not trying to tell you what to do, because I'll be honest, I know nothing. But there's a roll pin that holds this piece here. You do not have to take that out. This thing does slide in and out without removing this. And but I just wanted to point that out, because I thought that I had to take this roll pin out in order for the differential, because I tried to roll and roll and roll, and it just would not come forward. And so I thought that I would have to do that. And there was the book even showed a picture of that snap ring right there. It's got like a little grease seal right there. But this snap ring was not hooked on to nothing. And this is a pivot bearing. It's made to pivot inside that housing. But anyway, I thought I'd just take and share that little tidbit of information. And me, what I done, and this is from my memory only, but I put tape on that right there, and I put tape on the other lines so I don't get them confused. But anyway, this is how I done it. I'm not claiming to know what I'm doing because I do not. This is the first time I've ever fooled one of these things. And it's a learning experience for me. But anyway, I'm going to get a little deeper into this. One other thing that I failed to mention, I had to take this tire off over here just because I either had to do one or two things. I had to come up 2 inches or either I had to drop 2 inches. And at this point, going down was a whole lot easier than coming up because I wanted to try to keep this thing as stable as possible. And but anyway, luckily had this transmission jack here, and I was able to lower it down, get it down to where I need it to be. Okay, let's try to see if I can get this oil pan off. All right, I believe that's it. Okay, folks, as you can see, I got the oil pan back off of it. And there is metal side to bottom. And what's wrong with it is it has spun a bearing. It spun a rod bearing. And here in a minute I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, folks, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about right here. If you can see right there. Yeah, without my hand in the way. Try to wheel it with a screwdriver. You see that? That's not normal. And that's a spun rod bearing. Looking up.